Everybody needs a sweet old auntie, right? Having one, it just would be nice. 'Cause everybody needs a sweet old auntie, right? So welcome to Auntie's Advice. Hi, everybody, and this is Auntie. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for joining this family, and to all of my nieces and nephews and my members who have been here with me for the long haul. Thank you all so much for your continued support. I wanted to make a special or a separate video talking about Bobbie. We're talking about Bobbie from Love After Lockup Season 4. And Bobbie is the sister of Taylor and maybe, possibly, the sister-in-law of Chance. We have been watching Love After Lockup for since it's been on, from the beginning. And every now and then, there is a cast member that I fall in love with or find myself liking a lot. And that was Bobbie. Bobbie is the twin sister to Taylor, and she has been living with her sister for years, according to them. And this season, we watch Bobbie navigate through the relationship, or the new relationship, between Taylor and Chance. Chance came in like a train into Taylor's life, her girl's life, and Bobbie's. From the beginning, there were problems between Bobbie and Chance. The two of them are have served and been in prison, and they had a lot of things in common, more than what we knew. According to Taylor and Bobbie and Taylor's parents, Bobbie has struggled with addiction for a long time in her life. And we watched that play out on the show. Now, we watched that play out on the show for many people, right? We've seen it come and we've seen it go. There was just something that was just really, really special about Bobbie, because she seemed to be put in a position where her and her sister had to choose between the love that they have for each other and Taylor's love for Chance. Doing a review on this show this season, talking about this family, I had an opinion that I vocalized, and I indicated that I thought that Bobbie, who we saw on the show, well, we didn't see it, they didn't show us, but we heard about it, was in a rehab center. And she had relapsed, and they found her, according to Chance, he found her. They found her in a horrible condition. As a result of that, when I made a comment about it, Taylor reached out in my comment section, as did her stepmother. And of course, she was trying to indicate that Bobbie, there was more to Bobbie's story than what I knew. And the stepmother came into the comment section and was telling the people over here, my nieces and my nephews, not to talk about the children when no one had, especially me. But during that episode that Taylor responded to, I was talking about Bobbie and about the fact that Chance wanted her out of the house and into the garage, a garage that I felt like was not suitable for a human to live in. Despite his best efforts, the garage was a hot ass mess. There were exposed nails. It was dirty. It was not completed. And they were moving her stuff in, and Taylor got mad. But I stood beside that. Taylor and Chance and I um, put bygones away. Right? We let bygones be bygones. We did an interview, and during that time, could not find out a lot of information about Bobbie because, as we know, the cast members signed NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, to not talk about the show or what has happened on the show that we haven't seen yet. Well, this week, Bobbie is home. And I was so excited and delighted to see Bobbie. She looked well. She had lost weight. Her hair was back to its regular color. And she was just glad to be back home. Of course, during this time, what she doesn't know or didn't know at the time was that there was a DNA test that had been taken by both Taylor and Chance, because Chance believed that she was cheating on him based on a simple email. Nevertheless, he put his stuff aside. Taylor put her stuff aside, and they welcomed Bobbie back home. Bobbie, the girls were excited to see her. They had created a little sign for her, welcome home. And of course, Chance had to give himself credit for doing that with the girls. I tell you, that damn Chance is a hot ass mess. But anyway, we're going to keep it positive. So, but when Bobbie comes home, they go into the garage. And they seem like they've tried to do some things to her room, but in my opinion, it still is not suitable for Bobbie to live in. I really did believe that that was the straw that broke Bobbie's back, but I didn't have any confirmation of my opinion about that until today. Yesterday, in last night's episode, Bobbie indicated that some of the reason, or one of the main reasons why she wanted to use, was because of all the stress that had happened in the home. As we know, Chance had criticized her and was indicating that she wasn't working and contributing to the family, although she had been the one who was helping Taylor, like sisters help one another. That's what family does. Family gets in there through the thick and through the thin, and they work together to support one another when they can. And because Bobbie wasn't doing, the typical going out, I guess, every day to a job, taking care of those three girls so that Taylor and Chance can have an opportunity to grow themselves, right? Grow together, grow in a new job, grow in a new relationship, growing, taking care of the kids, all that kind of stuff. Bobbie was there taking care of the girls. At one point, we saw Bobbie leave the residence for a couple of days because things had gotten really hot, and when she came back, that ass was in the garage. But Bobbie indicated in this week's episode that that was one of the reasons why she felt like she needed to escape, and her escape was drugs. And for a lot of Americans, that is an escape for them, especially when, you already have a history of abusing drugs like Bobbie did. But Bobbie not only decided that she was going to come home, she also decided that that would not remain her home. And so Bobbie told Taylor that she is moving to Tucson, Arizona in 3 days. What I thought was a beautiful scene between Taylor and between Bobbie was that Taylor had an opportunity to tell her, because you were, on that stuff, you missed my pregnancies. And I was hoping that I could keep you with me, number one, to help you as your sister. But number two, I wanted you to be able to finally um, watch me or participate in the birth of my new baby. And that's not going to happen because Bobbie's leaving. And I think that it's a great idea, but I think that things are going to be hard. I think that Bobbie really should have given herself, and I'm hoping that she did, give herself an opportunity to kind of settle for a little bit. But knowing that she's out in that garage and separated from the family, I think is too much or was too much for her. I truly, truly do. But it was fantastic to see her home. And it was fantastic that Chance got his ass out there so that the sisters could have a real conversation with one another. Of course, we know that Taylor, based on the interview that I did with her and based on what we've seen on the show, that Taylor is accustomed to taking care of her family. She is, maybe she was born first. I don't know how she took on the role of being a caregiver for Bobbie, but Taylor basically has been her keeper. Even in an interview that was done on another YouTube channel, the stepmother indicated that some years prior that Bobbie and her boyfriend was living with Taylor, and they were, getting high, and that Taylor chose Bobbie over her own daddy, which she should have, because she shouldn't have been living with her any damn way. But Taylor is the one who takes care of everybody. She, appears to put her own self-care to the side for her family. And a lot of people do that. I've done that. I mean, it is what it is. There's always somebody in the family that usually takes on that role. But of course, this week, like I said, we saw Bobbie come home, and I was happy that she came home. I'm happy about her decision to move to Tucson, Arizona, to give herself an opportunity to have a clean slate. But I do think she's doing it a little bit too fast. I don't know if maybe she met someone while she was in a rehab center that offered her an opportunity that she just could not say no to, right? Because a lot of times that happens too. We don't know. They didn't go into all of that. But I wanted to do a separate video just to say, Bobbie, we love you and we support you. And we are praying that you get better. And when you get better, that you stay better. And that you take care of you. Because life is a decision. You have choices in life. You can choose the straight path. You can choose the crooked one. It's totally up to you. But I sincerely would like to send out my best wishes for whatever you decide to do in your life, in your future. I really do. Stay clean, sis. Be around positive people. Give yourself away, but make sure you take care of yourself before you give it away. Because if you give yourself away so much so that you run on empty, then you can't be a blessing to anybody else. Take the time that you need to heal. And if you got to cut your family off in order to do that, then you do that. Sometimes, family can mean well, but they, can also become enablers in your life. They turn a blind eye to situations and circumstances that's not right because they think that that's love. But sometimes love is hard, and sometimes love allows you to let your ass hit the curb. Sometimes that's love too. Everybody experiences love a different way. But I'm glad that you love yourself enough to know that being in this relationship with Taylor and Chance ain't working for you. And at the rate of that he's going with all of these dreams and ambitions and stuff like that, you're not going to be able to sit around. I know I wouldn't. You're not going to be able to sit around and watch this go down, especially when Chance makes decisions without consulting Taylor, especially with the children and Taylor trying to make an adjustment to add Chance to the family. I think that this was a right decision for you. I truly, truly do. And I knew instinctively. There was just something in me that knew that this was more about this relationship than it was with anything else, because Bobbie, according to Taylor and Chance, had been clean for quite some time and seemed very, very happy. And sort of what you're doing too is being selfless, allowing yourself to be alone in a new place so that your sister can grow in this relationship with this man that she has chosen for herself. Like I said, sometimes the path that we must go in, we may have to go alone without our family and without our friends, and it's okay, because God will add to you in this season everything you need in order to survive, and not just survive, but to strive. I am so very happy for you, Bobbie, and welcome home, sis. I'm hoping that you are living your best life and know that your latter can and will be greater than your beginning. Thank you all so much for being here. I love you all to pieces. And until we meet again, y'all be safe out there in them streets.